gonna lie to you guys, the Reverie was an arc that I didn't really think was going to be that important. I really thought it was just a transition arc between Whole Cake Island and Wano because the arcs are so massive, having to go against two Yonkos. But we got to see a lot of old characters, and I sure was wrong about this arc. You could probably argue that this is one of the most important arcs in the series. So many different things happen and different setups for the final war in One Piece. And since a lot of stuff happened during the arc, I want to talk about it. If you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Also follow me on Twitch. I recently started live streaming on Twitch where I do different reactions. I'm currently reading the Berserk manga. If you guys want to be a part of that, I'll leave it in the description below. But that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about everything that happened in the Reverie. So what exactly is the Reverie? It is a council that is formed by the world government. It consists of 50 out of the 170 nations that are or countries that are affiliated with the world government. It happens every 4 years, where the kings and queens of their respective countries, they go to Geoise, where they have a 7-day conference. Here they discuss current events and talk about plans for the future. Whatever discussed here, it could affect the entire world, and any little thing could spark a full-fledged war. An example of this is during the Alabasta flashback. We had Warple when he ended up hitting a young Princess Vivi, and Vivi was mature enough to stop or diffuse the situation, but Warple attacking her could have caused a war between the two kingdoms. Different topics that have been brought up in the past included Monkey D. Dragon and how if he isn't stopped, he could cause a huge problem for world government. And also when Odahime was alive, how they were talking about relocating Fishman Island. And technically these chapters span about the Reverie from 905 to 908, but I'm gonna include a little bit of stuff before and a little things after, including stuff that we just got with Sabo's flashback. Starting with chapter 903, Sanji, he got his raid suit. We know that this is important because he used it in Wano against Page 1, a little bit against King, and the fact that he used it allowed for his dormant German abilities to awaken, getting an exoskeleton, being a stronger, faster, Ifrit Janbei, all of that. Luffy and Sanji, they got updated bounties. Sanji's bounty is 330 million, while Luffy's is 1.5 billion, and he is now considered an Emperor of the Sea with a Straw Hat Grand Fleet under him. Different Yonkos, they react to his bounty, including Kaido, Big Mom, Blackbeard, and even Shanks. And you know, we love seeing Shanks anytime he's on the screen. Then we cut to Kobe, who saves the Dressrosa ship, specifically King Riku, Viola, and Rebecca. And now we know how strong Kobe has become because he is now considered a captain of the Marines. They also make mention to Kobe's Rocky Port incident, and that is why he's considered a hero. We still don't know exactly what that incident is. We just know it includes Kobe, Blackbeard, and Law. In chapter 904, this is the official chapter where the revolutionaries declare war on the celestial dragons. Then we cut to Lulusia, and this is where the island starts revolutionizing themselves and no longer relying on others to help and save them, specifically talking about the world governments and the revolutionary captains they are introduced. Those captains include Morley, Betty, Lindbergh, and Karasu. Chapter 905, we see that the new Marine Fort, we get a new look at it, and it's in front of the Red Line, where different kings and queens start to appear for the Reverie. King Neptune, he is with Shirahoshi and the princess as well, and they are being escorted by Monkey D. Garp. Delu, who's Sabo's, I believe, adopted brother, or something along those lines. They're not blood brothers. He is the king of the Goa Kingdom. He appears, and then we get a conversation with Green Bull and Admiral Fujitora. They're talking about how it's a real possibility that the 7 Warlords of the Sea can be abolished because of Vegapunk and how he's developed new weapons, and this is them indirectly talking about the Seraphims. This is also the first time we get to see a silhouette of Green Bull. Chapter 906, this is where Rebecca and Vivi, they end up meeting at the Reverie, and we also see Leo and Kara are there as well. They're discussing how Luffy and the Straw Hat saved their respective countries, and then Shirahoshi, she joins in as well because she can relate, because he saved Fishman Island along with Dressrosa and along with Alabasta. Sai, Warple, Dalton, and Dr. Ring, they are there as well. Then we cut to Doflamingo and Impel Down because he is talking about why he's in isolation, and this is because he knows the secret treasure that is hidden in Mary Joelle. It was mentioned in front of Law during Dressrosa as well, and this is how he was able to maintain his powers as a celestial dragon. There's also a silhouette of Emu, and this is their first introduction. They have Luffy's bounty poster, and they go in this frozen hidden room, and it has a gigantic straw hat there as well. Chapter 907, this is where Big Mom is discussing with Kaido about going to Wano and how she has to go because of Straw Hat humiliating her and leaving a stain on her name. Also, we cut to Garp, and he talks about the Rocks Pirates and talks about how in the past that it was Big Mom and Kaido's era along with Rocks. The Empty Throne, that's explained as well, in how the different nations agreed that nobody should have power over the other and they should all be equal. This is also the chapter where Shirahoshi ends up being taken by Charlos, where different people try to go inside, and Leo, they try to protect her, and they are stopped by CP0, specifically Rob Lucci. And then Don Quixote Miosgard, I believe the one that was saved by Orihime, ends up knocking Charlos to the ground, ends up saving and freeing Shirahoshi. Also gotta mention this is the chapter where Shanks, he went to go see the 5 elders in regards to talking about a specific pirate. Chapter 908, Boney is here to save Kuma. We know that she is his daughter. Sabo, he is trying to go and free Kuma as well, and this is where they officially are prepared to declare war on the world government and defeat the celestial dragons as well. The Reverie, it begins, and Cobra has an audience with the 5 elders, and Imu has different posters of people with D in their names, specifically Blackbeard and Luffy, and also he has a poster, or they have a poster of Shirahoshi with a knife through it, and Vivi's poster as well, and they have an audience, or they're sitting on the throne in front of the 5 elders. Chapter 1054, this is where it is official that Sabo apparently killed Cobra. There was a battle between the revolutionaries and the admirals, and Kuma was freed, and the celestial dragon, or the hoof, the claw, whatever you guys want to call it, it was destroyed. That was a declaration of war. Also in this chapter, Vivi was missing. We got our first introduction to the name of the god, or the holy knights, and Sabo, he is considered to be the flame emperor and is treated as some type of god. This is because of the murder of Cobra, and more people are starting to revolutionize against the world government. Chapter 1060, Sabo is calling from Lulusia to explain exactly what happened at the Reverie, saying that he didn't end up killing Cobra, it's all a misunderstanding, and that the throne isn't empty, and that after all this happens, Lulusia ends up getting nuked, and Sabo is presumed dead. Chapter 1074, we see Warple and Vivi with Morgans, and we wonder why that happens, and it's explained in a few chapters down the line. In chapter 1082, Sabo told Ivankov and Dragon he will explain everything that happened at the Reverie, which I believe spans from chapter 1083 to 1086. In chapter 1083, after declaring war, Dragon, he mentions the name of the Holy Knights again, saying that they're strong and that that's where the real fighting will begin. The chapter shows the revolutionaries versus the admirals, and we know that the admirals, they're holding back because celestial dragons or their citizens are there, and also it is the Holy Land of Mary Joel, so they can't go out because they want to maintain and protect everything that stands for the celestial dragons. And at the end of the chapter, this is where we get the panel of Cobra about to have his meeting with the 5 elders. Chapter 1084, Boney and Sabo, they end up meeting and they talk about saving Kuma, and Boney entrusts that the revolutionaries and Sabo will go and save Kuma, and this is where she says she's going to Egghead Island in order to see if Vegapunk can restore Kuma's mind, and at the same time Sabo's interested in the Phantom Room, or the Secret Room, I believe. I think in the official, well, the unofficial scans it was called the Phantom Room, and now it's called the Lost Chamber. We've gotten a little bit of explanation about how 20 nations that they stayed at Mary Joel to become celestial dragons, and all but one, and that was somebody a part of the Nefertari family, and this is Queen Lily. Apparently her name was erased from all of history. She also was somebody who was supposed to be the ruler of Alabasta, however she went missing and never returned, meaning her younger brother had to take her role, and so Cobra then asks what is the meaning of the D. We cut to Charlos trying to take Shirahoshi again. Sai and Leo, because they are pirates, they go and take him out, and apparently they murder a celestial dragon. I think that's exaggerating a little bit, but still, we know how One Piece is at some time. And during the confusion, Morley ended up taking Kuma, and they were able to escape, and Imu appeared in front of Cobra sitting on the throne. Chapter 1085, it is revealed that the D, it is a name for those that opposed Imu and the other 20 in the past, which we kind of knew this a little bit already, but this is implicitly stated for the readers to understand. Queen Lily, she was the reason why the poneglyphs were ended up scattered, and this is why pirates are going after, well, trying to find them and go after their treasure as well. And she's also a member of the D clan. Because Queen Lily is a member of the D clan, that means that Cobra and Vivi, they are members of the D clan as well. Cobra is attacked by Emu. Sabo enters the room where the Geoise, they end up transforming, and Sabo attempts to flee, and then him and Cobra are attacked by Emu again. Well, Cobra's attacked again, Sabo's attacked for the first time. This is important because Sabo is a Logia, so they did a considerable amount of damage to Sabo. I want to mention, because of the consecutive strikes, this is where Cobra dies. Sabo escapes. Warble ended up seeing all of this, and he's freaking out because he's like, oh shoot, I saw something I shouldn't have, and so he tries to leave. Vivi, she has disappeared, and she is taken by the CP0, and this is members like Jabra and other members, I believe Bluno as well, those who aren't a part of where Lucci and Kaku were. And so Warble, he ends up busting through, and this is where Vivi, she notices, hey, this is my best chance to escape. She grabs the Warple and they escape. Chapter 1086, Warple and Vivi, they make contact with Morgans, and he ends up picking them up. This is why, I forget the chapter, I think it's 1074, why they are with him at that time. Emu orders the Geoise to attack Lulusia because it is close proximity to where Sabo is headed. And we also get the 5 names of the elders. Miosgard, the one that ended up protecting Shirahoshi, he is to be executed, and he is to be executed by the supreme commander of the Holy Knights, Saint Garland, the former king of God Valley. That's everything that happened at the Reverie, at least for, like, there's some minute details that I didn't talk about. This is everything important that happened at the Reverie, including stuff that was in Sabo's flashback and different things that I guess was a result, if you will. Pretty interesting stuff. The Reverie is a really good arc, really short, probably one of the best arcs of One Piece. Not my top 5, but probably a lot of people enjoy it. Let me know how you guys feel about the Reverie in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.